Tens of thousands of decisions. Wrong place, wrong time, angering hidden quarters of the world. Because you shone too much and attracted too much attention among the mediocrity of the mob. You made a liberative stand among slaves ignorant of their slavery. Objectively best decisions that we were capable of making at a given time in such and such circumstances. There is this question of resilience. How many times can you be smashed and made insane by the other side? On political, religious grounds, on pure malice, and because so, little bastard, and emerge triumphant. Or at least like a beaten dog, keep barely on the surface of things to live another day, yet another day. Invisible walls, mortals walking between oblivious to themselves, their own lives, and your own war. You need to walk around them, family, acquaintances, and adjust to their ignorance, because a word slipped will antagonize them or send you directly into the arms of psychiatry or some weird religion. How many times anyone listened? I had a few friends that did, openly, without prejudice, and they agreed, man, you were fucked over. But what are we to do? We are more helpless than you are in your own wars. Friendship was enough, syntony of human resonation. Slipping into hells, do you think bigoted idiots with a mission, passers-by, will not find your tragedy a demonstrative show of their petty-mindedness to mark you as the profane? That is removed from their understanding of their situation. Even these pests have their own lives after they perform damage in their stupidity, gaining absolutely nothing. They will withdraw to the safety cocoons of their foolishness. How are hells paved? With broken lives that didn't receive any justice, with tens of thousands of fights that didn't find wreckers in winning a single one of them. Then simplicity kicks in. All these sophisticated contexts, intellectual understandings cognoscent of their fall, of the whys and hows that we already know, beg to decide whether to be a destroyer of ignorant lives or whether to overcome it like a beaten dog spat upon by the society that was first to criticize without any knowledge or insight at all. Our decisions, our strength, our determination, our war. Jamblius once wrote in his letters, great natures turned to evil are the greatest ruin of themselves, and all likewise great enterprises when turned to evil create catastrophes. Because in every greatness there is a seed of darkness and destruction that is interpreted posthumously after you drop dead into the other side. The dead rule the living in their oblivion. Simplify evil, simplify destruction, simplify creation, simplify hate and loathing, preserve perfidy and intelligence above all. To make this simple malediction into an art. Simplify benevolence, simplify active compassion, simplify overcoming to make this simple blessing into an art. Here I stand, once I was called a titan. A titan. My subjective life objectified in the sure presage of traditions of the gods I follow. To the society I am a mere precariat, citing Seneca, the great Seneca. No one knows whether he was really born. Hold your reins and gallop through the misery until you hit the streets, sweeping the dust of your worldly books. Give passers-by a look of grave understanding that they never see anyway. Least understand, for their shallowness doesn't allow to look beyond their own tip of their nose. They never claimed deep lives, deep as an ocean that require an intuitive understanding of the fate of others. What else is there? Unconquered life, mastered, nevertheless, as we look with longing to depart from this battle-bloodied carnal shell into the next world, after we drop dead, the afterlife, as our memories of this life fade into oblivion. Who will be there to write our vain biographies? Archivists. It doesn't even arouse our own interest, our lives, least that of others, and in the end, what the hell for? Another droplet of blood is shed into the grail. As we were denied this life, as we carry our crowns with an afterthought, an emperor exposed to the mob, with the mob status, will be torn to shreds by the hand shouting, You are like us. You are no better than us. You are worse than us. Why the hell you? While a violated exposed to the mob with the status and wealth of an emperor will be worshipped like a god. It is a question of perception, vantage point and purview of the beholder. And the perception is much engineered. The consolation is some values incorporated remain recognized by the gods. Some wars fought invisibly are all known by goddesses. So let us remain silent about majority of our stories, and from the wealth of experience shared what is necessary to the mute audience that long left the theater, as we stand on these scenes talking to shadows of the dead and our own skull gently suspended in our hand. Let it be our testimony.